All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Ozichi. Good evening. Good evening, Marie. How are you doing today? Hello, Chinedu. How are you doing? Akaseng. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that very well. Well, hi, Yinka. Good evening. How are you all doing today? Good evening, and welcome to the session, to this session, right? It's really exciting to meet you all. So my name is Olayinka Amina, right? You can call me Olayinka Amina, whichever one you feel okay with. Right, so my name is Olayinka Amina, and I am the employability specialist here at Tamgari, and I specialize in CV and LinkedIn optimization, CV, LinkedIn optimization, interview prep, everything that has to do with career coaching. I am in charge of it at here at Tamgari. So today we are going to basically be talking about how you can leverage AI tools to make your job search quite easy. So how to make AI, do the heavy lifting for you. Because, in this day and time, it can be really, really stressful and sort of frustrating, right? When it comes to applying for jobs and, getting um, different negative feedback actually, or not even getting feedback altogether, right? It can be frustrating. So essentially, we are going to be tackling that and how we'll be able to leverage AI to ensure that our work is seamless and effective. Is that okay? Does that make sense, guys? All right, beautiful. So I'm going to be sharing my screen right now, and then we can, walk through it all together. All right, I hope you all can see my screen. Can you please confirm that you can see my screen? All right, beautiful. Okay, so once again, welcome here. Welcome to Gary. Welcome to a company where would give you the best of experience. So welcome. Right. So like I said earlier, I'm majorly going to be talking about how to use AI to do heavy lifting. So I mentioned it earlier, and I said that it can be frustrating, guys. It can be frustrating, and sometimes it even leads some people to giving up on the whole job search. But we don't want to be part of those people that would give up on job search. We want to ensure that we are getting callbacks. And how do we get callbacks today? We don't want to use the normal way, the generic way that everybody uses. I would like to call it the stressful way, right? We don't want to go towards that route. So we want to ensure that we're using a much more simpler and effective way that will land us role. So that's what we'll be talking about today. And like I said earlier, I am the employability specialist here at Gary, and I specialize in CV and LinkedIn. So I help individuals create majorly ATS friendly results, friendly and result driven CV that is impactful and also linked into enhance opportunities, your career opportunities majorly, and we'll be guiding you how to go about that. And then meet our co-founder Ifemina Ipo. He's a co-founder and the co-founder to Analytics at Amdari, where like I said earlier, will give you all of this experience to ensure that you land roles in different industries majorly, right? So what we'll be discussing today, we talked about how CV, how reaching out, how job search actually can be stressful. So we don't want that for ourselves. We don't want a situation where we are applying for roles, we are applying for jobs. We keep applying for jobs and you're not getting callbacks. And most people or some people do not even reach out altogether. They just ghost you, and then you are waiting. Oh, when am I getting called back? Oh, are they going to call me? Are they going to reach out to me? That doubt alone can be a bit frustrating. Why not apply for jobs? And when you apply for jobs, you are at least a 75% sure that, oh yes, I'm going to get a call back. That is the way you want to go about it. But if you are applying for jobs and you're sort of you yourself, you're already skeptical about the whole thing, and you're like, oh, I just pray I get it. Yeah, yes, pray we get it, but still we need to ensure that you're putting in your best foot forward, right? So it's not just about oh, I hope and they reach out to me. You don't want to go towards that route. So you want to ensure that, I like to say that anything what doing is actually what doing well, right? So you don't just want to just put yourself out there, but you want to put yourself out there the right way, and not just the right way, the effective way, right? So we're talking about that. Yeah, we're talking about how AI is a game changer, because I majorly the complaints that people have is, oh, it will be stressful. I have to start tailoring my CV. Oh, I saw a job description. Do I have to sit down and start looking at everything one after the other to see what fits on my CV and what I should add? So it's a complaint that we get these days, and honestly, I can see the frustration. I have leveraged both method, and I can tell you for a fact that the AI method is the best way to go about all of these things. And then like I said, Dari will give you that work experience. We're not just going to give you the experience. We're not going to give you like project to work on, but we'll also be giving you the opportunity to ensure that you land roles. Not just, oh, we are giving you the experience, just project experience and all of that. No, we have like package for you. It's going to come with different package, and the package includes CV optimization, LinkedIn review, interview prep. So even when you get interviews, when we walk towards the interview, you get it. We're not going to leave you. We're going to hold you by your hands and give you that what's it called? Give you that opportunity to like have a mock session where we share, where we tell you what to expect. Everything that has to do with interview is going to be shared in that session. So when you go for the interviews and they are asking you some of these questions, you know how to tackle them. You know how to answer them. So like I said earlier, it's not just work experience, but also loads and loads of experiences where we ensure that you land your role. That role, you will land it at least to a very certain extent. So we're going to make sure that you're not just getting callbacks. You're not just getting like one callback. You want to put you in that situation where you're getting different callbacks, right? And then you begin to, oh, which do I go for? Do I go for this? Do I go for that? Oh, now you have options, and now you can use it as you like. Not, oh, you're holding to one interview daily. No, you're holding to one company daily. No, we don't want that for you. We want to put you in a situation where you have opportunities, like different options that you can use, right? So that's our special offer for you. I don't know. Are you guys with me? Does that make sense? All right, beautiful. So the job search struggle, right? Job search struggle is like I would keep saying this, like the job search struggle, it's like a pandemic now, right? A lot of people, they have the technical skills, right? But they do not know how to, put themselves out there. Like I said, it's a whole different thing. There's a thick line, not a thin line now. There's a thick line between, putting yourself out there and putting yourself out there effectively. They are two different things, right? So one thing that is very very prominent out there is you feel lost in different job postings. Or you can see, especially when you go to LinkedIn, you will see that they've posted like maybe 50 jobs that relating to your career path, and then you just keep applying, and then you begin to wonder, I've been applying for jobs, at least some people can record like 20 to 30 jobs that they've applied for in a week, but they've not gotten a single call back. They've not gotten anything. Like I said, some people would even ghost you altogether, right? But that is not the way we want to go. Here, we are going to ensure that you are getting those callbacks. Those callbacks are coming in. Those callbacks, and at the end of the day, you are going to start working. And also, we offer on the job assistance. So even if you start working while you're at Amdari, or even when you're done, you can always reach out to us. Okay, you have like an issue, maybe working on a project or something. We can help you with that, right? So, like I said, it's not just going to be like when you are just working at Amdari or in doing your internship at Amdari, but also outside. If when you land roles, we would also help you. Like I said, just in case there is something, maybe a particular tool that you can't leverage that is giving you an issue at work, you can always reach out to us, and we're going to help you to find a way around it, right? So another thing again is clarity on how to stand out. Now you are in this we are in a very competitive industry. It's very very competitive. Now the every other place, like people out there, you can leverage different skills. A lot of people can use the same skill that you use, but how do you stand out? How do you demonstrate your value? How do you differentiate yourself from other candidates, right? So it's not just, oh, I can do this, I can do that. Many people can do what you say you can do, but how do you differentiate yourself from the rest? How do you ensure that these recruiters or hiring managers essentially would see that, oh, you are the best fit, not the other person, but you are the best fit. Because why? You are able to communicate your value, able to demonstrate your value, able to tell them that, oh, this is what makes me different from the rest, right? And also spending hours tweaking resumes and cover letters. Now, that is, like I said, I mentioned earlier, it's a big problem, right? So people just believe they have like this one size fits all CV, and that is not the way it works anymore. You can't have a one size fits all CV and you keep applying for different roles. It doesn't work that way. You want to ensure that you're tailoring it to what this company wants from you. Right. So not my CV has been tailored to data analytics or data engineering or cybersecurity, and you feel like, oh, I'm just going to use that CV to apply for hundreds of jobs that comes my way. So far, it's related to my career path. No, it doesn't work that way. But why spend hours tweaking your CV or resumes rather, or cover letters essentially, when you can actually leverage AI to help you with that and apply for jobs seamlessly? So, like I said, we'll be handling that today again. Also, sending out hundreds of applications with little to no feedback. Like I said, some people would even sort of ghost you altogether. They wouldn't reach out to you, nothing. They're not hearing you wouldn't hear anything from them. They just tend to discard your CV and be like, oh, this person is not a great fit. While some people would send oh, unfortunately they're not able to come to continue the your application and the likes. But whether they ghost you or they send you of negative feedback, everything all boils down to the fact that it's discouraging, right? It's disappointing. It's not something that I want to see. When you see an email that says, oh, you've been shortlisted for the next phase of the interview, this is the meeting link, you're happy, right? You're excited. You feel good about the whole situation. But if it's the other way around, you feel bad, right? You don't really feel good because you keep applying for jobs and you're not getting feedback. So it's sort of frustrating. So like I said, we'll be tackling that whole situation in this session. Does that make sense, guys? All right. So like I said, we are going to leverage AI, right? Leverage AI. AI is a game changer. It's one thing to tailor your CV manually, and it's another thing to leverage AI when tailoring your CV. They are two different things. It's good as tailoring the manual is actually okay, but AI, like I said, is going to boost efficiency. It's going to make it stellar. Your CV will be looking stellar, and this is what the creators are looking for. And also, you'll be able to demonstrate that value that differentiates you from the rest candidates, right? That value that makes you unique. That is what you want to put out there. So personalized job matches in seconds. Within seconds, you'll be able to match your CV to the job that you are applying for. Match your CV to the job you are applying for within seconds, rather than spending minutes and hours trying to match it. AI will help you. When you leverage AI, it literally help you to match this within seconds. And then smart resume tailoring based on real-time data. So it's going to look through what they ask from you, and to be able to look through it and infuse or integrate all of those keywords and sprinkle it around your CV, and then your CV begins to look stellar, right? So data-driven formatting and content tip. This is also very, very essential. So when you're doing this manually, there are lots and lots of things that you might miss. You might not know, but you missed out. So when your CV is being scanned through the ATS, now there's a problem. It's not, keywords are not there. Things that are supposed to be there are not there. Now there's a problem. So because you just use the manual method, and sometimes because you're using the manual method, you get tired and you just, oh, let me just leave it at that. It's okay. I think it's good. But when you leverage AI for this, it makes the work easy. It makes it efficient, so that we are not wasting too much time, and you're also putting in important informations and keywords that are supposed to be there are there. So when ATS comes through your CV, and then you'll be able to pass through the ATS. Now, I want you to know something. When an ATS comes through your CV and then you scale through, you are game, right? You are game. That's one thing I want you to know. You are game. So many of these companies, both startups and or companies that are not startups, they leverage ATS these days, right? So it's not very feasible for like a human to start going through hundreds of CVs. So they leverage ATS. Now, if this ATS gets to a human table, you are game. So you want to ensure that you're not just tailoring it to the human, like for human to just visualize and see that, oh, you have this keywords and not. You want to tailor it to the so that the AI would be able, sorry, the ATS can detect all of these things, and then you can scale through. Right, so that is what you want to do. Now the first AI will be leveraging, I want to let you know today, is ChatGPT. So ChatGPT can use ChatGPT for loads and loads of things. But one thing that some people don't know that you can use ChatGPT for is you can use it as your job search assistant. You can leverage ChatGPT jobs as your job search assistant. Now, when it comes to ChatGPT, you see that a lot of people, lots and lots of people, they just tend to, oh, tell ChatGPT, oh, write me a cover letter, or help me tailor my CV to match this job. It would give you that, right? But it's quite different from when you actually use good prompts, right? When you use good prompts to, when you use good prompts, it gives you a whole different answer compared to the other person that just says, oh, help me tailor my CV to this job. That's what most people do. They just tell, even if they use AI, they just go to ChatGPT, or they just paste their CV, paste the job description, and tell ChatGPT, tailor my CV to this job, to this particular job I'm applying for. It would tailor it, but it's quite different for when another person gives it a well detailed prompt. That it's going to work with that prompt, and when you can just try it on your own. Give it a well detailed prompt and just, oh, tailor my CV. You'd see the difference. The difference is very, very clear. So you don't want to just go through that route. You want to ensure that you're giving it a well detailed information. Now, ways to use ChatGPT when it comes to CV optimization, resume and cover letter optimization. So very important. The first thing, interview preparation. You can also use it to interview yourself. Sorry, prepare for yourself for interview, right? LinkedIn profile makeover, and also job search strategy. These are ways you can leverage AI. But like I said, if you do not give it a very good prompt to use, it will not work well the way you want it. You can just give it a normal prompt and it will give you the answer, but it will not give you the correct answer. So you want to ensure that you are leveraging AI using the correct prompt. Very important. Don't forget that correct and appropriate prompt that will demonstrate your value and also would differentiate you from other candidates. Right? I don't know if that makes sense, guys. Are you guys with me? All right. Okay. So introducing, so like I mentioned earlier, this is ChatGPT. This is just ChatGPT. This is an AI that you can leverage. Now, another AI that you can use to make your job search or your job is essentially your career journey easier is Jobalytics. Jobalytics. I don't know. Have we heard of Jobalytics before? I know we've heard of AI of ChatGPT before, but have we heard of Jobalytics before? Anybody here heard of Jobalytics? Okay. All right. Jobalytics is a resume scanner. Now, on the other hand, we can use ChatGPT to, do a lot of things, right? But resume scanner, Jobalytics helps you make it better. Now, how does it make it better? What is Jobalytics essentially? Jobalytics is a resume scanner. Now, how it works, it's a Chrome extension that used to compare a resume to any job ad. So let's say you saw a job that you want to apply for, right? So what you want to do is when you install, so one thing first is you want to install it from the Chrome web store. So when you install it, the extension, when you install it, you open a job. Now when you open a job description, please, from LinkedIn, from Indeed, any job site whatsoever, right? Any job site that you want to use, just okay, let's have you. All right, sorry guys, can you confirm that you can hear me? All right. Sorry. Okay. All right. Okay. Minutes. Okay. All right, guys, let's get back at it. So we're talking about job analytics, right? So I said job analytics is like an AI resume scanner, right? So we talked about ChatGPT. I told you how ChatGPT, can use ChatGPT to go through and make your CV look stellar essentially. But now job analytics is quite different from it's quite different from ChatGPT. So one thing you want to do is first you want to install it. Now you want to go to Google Chrome Web Store, and you want to install it. So after you install, the next thing you want to do is you want to open the job description. Now when you open the job description, depending on where on the job site, so it could be LinkedIn, could be Indeed, anywhere, could be ZipRecruiter, anywhere, built in, basically anywhere. So upload your resume. So you're going to see the place where it says to upload your resume. Now when you upload your resume, you're going to get an instant score based on the match percentage, right? So if you upload a CV and then you analyze the job and then you're saying something like anything 50 something, that's not good enough. So you want to go for anything like 85%, 90, 100%. Now that is making sense. Now, so if that CV comes passes through the ATS, you would be able to, it would be able to pass through the ATS essentially. That is if it has a higher match with the resume, right? With the job description, rather. So don't just limit it to, I have a job analytics, and then you just scan through and you just see. If you're seeing something like 44%, 42%, that's not good enough, guys. That is not good enough. So you want to ensure that it is, at least you have like 80% match. Now that makes sense, right? So this essentially gives you an insight of, okay, how many percent does my CV matches with the job description. Now that would, so if you didn't, if you're not leveraging job analytics, you wouldn't know that, right? You wouldn't know that because there's no how we are going to know. You just believe that, let's say it's a data analyst role. You're just looking at, data analyst. It says they said they want a data analyst in their company. And I am data analyst. I just go ahead to apply for the job. It doesn't work that way. So this will give you an insight of, you have a 40%. You already know in you that CV will not scale through the ATS. So what you want to do is you want to ensure that you are putting or incorporating these keywords into your CV. Now it's going to highlight the missing words. It's going to literally highlight first. It's going to highlight the words that matches with the JD, the job description, and it's also going to tell you what is missing. So it's not left to you to know how to go about the missing words, but essentially it's going to highlight the missing keywords in your CV. Now, job analytics, and then you want to integrate job analytics and ChatGPT together. Integrating job analytics and ChatGPT is the ultimate combination, guys. It's an ultimate combination. So I said earlier that you can leverage ChatGPT for loads and loads of work, right? But analytics is majorly to, it's like a resume scanner. Help me scan through my CV. Let's see if it matches with what we have. It does not match. Okay, what can I do about it? How can I do it? What do I do next? That's what job analytics help you with. But now this is where you want to incorporate, when you want to, come in and combine both job analytics and ChatGPT together. Now, when you find a job ad that you like, now, first thing you want to do is go to job analytics, right? Go to job analytics, put in the resume that you have currently that you're using, and then analyze the requirements. So when you analyze the requirements, like I said, it's going to highlight the keywords, the words that matches with the one on your CV, and also the ones that are missing from your CV that is supposed to be there. Right? So what you want to do is you want to head over to ChatGPT. Now you already have this keyword. It has listed these keywords for you. What you want to do is head over to ChatGPT and rewrite your CV. Now you're going to be giving ChatGPT this keyword that is missing. from your CV, and then you are telling ChatGPT to help you to integrate or incorporate these keywords in your CV such a way that it will demonstrate your value and also scale through the ATS, right? So this one, the first thing. Okay, can you hear me now?
We can hear you. I guess it's his network. We can hear you.
Okay, all right, thank you. Like I was saying, so first thing you want to do is you want to, go to Jobalytics. Jobalytics does the first job. Now the first job is, oh, do I have all of these keywords? Now help me scan through my CV. How many percentage does it matches with what I have? Now it looks at it. Let's say you have like a 40% or 50%. That's not good enough, like I said earlier. Now head over to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to help you integrate this keyword, this missing keyword in your CV, such a way that it's going to highlight and demonstrate your unique value and also differentiate you from other candidates, and also such a way that it helps the CV scale through the ATS. Now, you've not just used Jobalytics alone, but you've also used ChatGPT. That way, it like when it's a combined force, they work together beautifully. So don't just use so most people, what they do is just ChatGPT. You use just ChatGPT, right? And it's, as much as it's good, right? It's good, but when you use Jobalytics to combine it together, it's better. Now that way, you're already seeing what you do not have on your CV, right? Oh, this is what I don't have on my CV. Oh, okay, ChatGPT, since Jobalytics has done the first job for you, help me to integrate this missing keywords in my CV. That way, you have a very stellar CV. Now, you want to repeat the same process. So when you're done, when ChatGPT has helped you incorporate all of this, now why I like to put out there is, when it has incorporated or integrated this keyword, go through it, right? You want to go through it as well. Now, when you're satisfied with what you have and then you've put everything in your CV, go back to Jobalytics now again. Now analyze the CV again. When you analyze the CV again, then I can tell you for a fact that it's going to give you a higher percentage. Now, what down your CV is ready for you to use, right? So you don't just it's like I said, it's okay for just to use ChatGPT, but it's better, right? So it makes the work easier. So when you are done, just do the process all over again and check. Now it's going to give you like a higher percentage. Then you can go ahead to apply for the job. But that whole point of, oh, I saw a CV, I saw a job, oh, it's related to data analytics, related to data science, related to cybersecurity, related to project management, I just want to apply for it. It's not okay. Now you start to wonder, why am I not getting callbacks? This is why you are not getting callbacks. There is a thick line, like I said, between putting yourself out there and put yourself out there correctly. Now I'm going to paint a scenario for you. Let's say, for example, we live in a world where we live in a time where social media is everywhere. Now, even if you want to do something is basic, you need to leverage social media. Now, let's say we have two jewelry sellers, right? Two jewelry sellers. One, they both sell the same thing. But let's say we're using seller A and seller B. Now, let's say seller A sells jewelry, right? But seller A's jewelry is not as good as seller B jewelry, right? So it's original, right? What seller B sells is original, right? But not as good as seller A. But on the other hand, seller B has this photographic skill, like she, good angles, snap it nice, good lighting, everything is perfect, right? And this other person, just seller A, she's good as well. She's good as well, but she believes that, oh, she has the skill, she doesn't need to put herself out there, and she just being lackadaisical about the whole situation. She's not putting in the work, right? And she just snaps it anyhow. Oh, they said that social media is a platform where you can sell things, and I should just put it out there. No editing, no lighting is bad, the product is blurry. Now, even though the seller B's or seller A's product are quite authentic than seller B's product, they would go and buy from seller A. Why are they doing this? They are doing it because seller A is able to put herself, before people start to notice that, seller B, before people start to notice that, seller A has like a good, better stuff, that it's going to take a long time. Why? Because seller B is able to put herself out there. She didn't just put, they said that social media is a platform where you can put in your work to make it sell faster. That's her own thinking. She majorly focused on not just putting yourself out there, but putting yourself out there correctly. You need, it should be attractive. It should be stellar. That is the exact way recruiters see your CV. If your CV is not attractive, if it's not stellar enough, even though you have 10, 50 years of experience, they would rather go for other people that can put themselves out there. So selling yourself is very important, right? Selling yourself is very important. I don't know if that makes sense, guys. Are you guys with me? All right. Now, so like I said, it's an ultimate combination. As you can see, it's an ultimate combination, ultimate combo, guys. So leverage all of this, leverage this tool. It's going to make it easier and better for you to, use. Now, another job search tool that you can use is Teal. Now, Teal is a resume, is a job tracker and an AI resume builder. Now, especially you can use it for job tracking. Now, most times or sometimes people, we all apply for jobs. Now we can apply for loads, in like a month you can apply for like lots and lots of jobs, and then you sometimes lose track of the job that you applied for. Now sometimes this recruiters, right, you want to do a bit of follow-up. So if you do not know the jobs that you've applied for and the ones that you've not applied for, how do you do a follow-up, right? So this tool would literally help you keep track of the jobs you applied for, the ones that you applied, the ones that so you still are doubting that you want to apply, the ones that have reached out to you. Essentially it's going to help you track your it's going to help you track your applications very well. So you're not having a situation whereby a company is reaching out to you and then you're wondering, oh, when did I apply for this? Oh, I don't even know much about this company. But it shouldn't be that way. So when you have this tool, it essentially would help you to track your jobs such a way that if they reach out to you, you can relate to this company and be like, oh yeah, it's true, I actually did apply for this job and I know about this company. And if they do not, you can even do a follow-up, or just follow up with them, and then at least you are aware of the job that you've applied for and the ones that maybe you've not applied for but you want to apply for. Now that way it makes sense. It makes the job search quite easy, right? So, and also resume AI, this also helps you to optimize your resume in minutes, right? In minutes it helps you optimize your resume. So just enter your job title, it helps you build bullet points, right? So aside just job analytics and ChatGPT, these are also tools, job search tools that can make the job easier. And then when you put in all of this effort, like I said, anything worth doing is actually worth doing well. So don't just bank on, oh, I'm skilled, I'm this and that and that and that, and put yourself out there. Nobody would know that you can actually do that, right? Nobody could know that you can leverage a particular skill. So it's like having you can't randomly walk into a company and tell them that, oh, I this is my career path, I want to work for you. It's the CV. Literally your CV is you before they get to meet you. So it's just like having a representative, right? Oh, I need you to go and represent me at this particular place. Now, best believe that whatever it is, let's say it's a human that you're even sending there, right? Whatever it is that person or your so-called assistant does at that particular venue or wherever it is you send the person to, people would believe that that is exactly what you can do as well. So your CV, tells them, gives them a glimpse of what you can do. Give them an insight of what you can do. Now, you're not giving them the entire package, right? So just like sort of giving them that small thing that will make them, not small actually, but giving them that thing that will make them like, oh wow, we need to reach out to this person, we need to get back to this person. Not a CV that will just say like, we've seen this before, this is a normal thing that everybody do. So 8 out of 10 people will literally just do the normal way and just get over with it, right? But you don't want to be part of those 8 people. You want to be part of the 2 that will actually put in the work and then get a positive feedback, right? Does that make sense, guys? Also LinkedIn, right? Can you guys hear me? Can you confirm that you can hear me? All right, with all job search tool that you can use as well is LinkedIn. Guys, LinkedIn is very good. It's very, very, you can leverage LinkedIn for your job search. So when you go on LinkedIn, there are different tools that you can use on LinkedIn. So it's not just engaging on everything. You can apply for jobs on LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn on its own, it's a whole different world, right? What I mean by whole different world is that LinkedIn, you have to be, you have to put yourself. I keep emphasizing on the word putting yourself out there, because if you do not, nobody will know about you. So LinkedIn helps you, put yourself out there. So sometimes you don't even have to, sometimes you even get collaboration that you did not even reach out for, because while you are active on LinkedIn, you are putting yourself out there, you're commenting, you are engaging, you're networking, you all of these things helps in job search. So when you apply for jobs, right, you see a job on LinkedIn, you apply for the job, obviously they would reach out, they'll come and see, they'll come to you, not just they won't just view your CV, they would also come to check your profile. Now imagine if your profile is just dormant, it's not active, there is a problem there. So it helps you, even get opportunities that you probably did not even expect. So LinkedIn is a very, very good tool that you can leverage for a job search. Also job scan, right, scoring your resume against job description. So these are majorly good tools that you can use that would help you reduce your workload, other than having to start doing all of this thing manually. It helps you reduce your workload, and then you are efficient, you are applying for jobs, you are because it's like I mentioned beginning of the session, it's something that people tend to they face all the time, because they believe that, oh, I have to start doing it manually. But when you have all of these tools, when you know how to leverage all of these tools, then you can start applying without having to think of, I don't want to apply because it's stressful, I have to do it manually. All of those things would be out of the way. Now, so one thing, it is aside the fact that you have a technical skill, one thing I want to tell you today is recruiters, hiring managers, these companies, and essentially altogether, they are looking for experience, right? They want to see that you've been able to handle projects. They want to see that you've been able to, leverage this tool. So you're not just telling them that. So literally, you are when you put a particular tool in your technical skill, that, oh, I have leveraged this tool, and then you are seeing what's it called, and then it's not reflecting on your experience, it's not reflecting, you don't have any project, there's nothing to show for it, they will not believe you. Now this is where Amdawi comes in place, right? So Amdawi helps you with all of this, or your experience. You're going to work on real life projects, guys, real life projects, the possibility of getting a call back. Now, like I said earlier, you don't just want to see that, oh, I've leveraged this tool, I've used this tool somewhere. How did you use it? Where did you use it? What? Okay, where is the project? Show us the project. Tell us, oh, let's see your portfolio. How did you do it? Now, imagine you don't have all of these things. Now, how do you tell them? How do you convince them that, oh, I am not lying, I'm actually saying the truth? Now, this is where, like I said, Amdawi comes into place. We help you with experience. It's not just experience you're going to be giving you guys. There are loads and loads and loads of package for you. So it's not just, oh, we're giving you experience and then we're just giving experience and that's all. No, we are giving you real life experience and other packages. So it's not just project, like I said, it's the CV optimization. We're going to be helping you with CV optimization. I personally would be doing that for you. CV optimization. We'll be having one-on-one sessions where we're talking about CV optimization, how to leverage all of these tools to help you, with your job search, how they're able to, be engaging, how to use LinkedIn, how to optimize your LinkedIn. Because I said earlier, when you apply for jobs via LinkedIn, they reach out, they want to go and see what you have on your profile. They want to see what you do and what you've been doing basically. Now just imagine, like I said, it's dormant, nothing is happening there, nothing's going on there. How do they pass this information? How do you pass this information to these people that, oh, you can actually do what you say that you do, right? So we are going to be not just CV optimization, but sessions as well as LinkedIn optimization. We'll be having interview prep, right? So all of this thing all boils down to, oh, you are searching for a job, you are looking up for a job. So it's a funnel, right? So first is, oh, you have the experience, you have the project, right? You have the project, you've worked on the project, you have the experience. Now the second is, oh, I want to start applying for jobs. When you start applying for, like I said, everything, all of these things I'm going to be mentioning, we are going to be holding you by your hands. So we're not just going to tell you, oh, do this. No, we are going to be holding you by your hands, walking you through step by step how to go about all of the situation. So first, it's not just going to be helping you with projects and all of those experience, but also CV optimization. We're going to help you with CV optimization, LinkedIn optimization, interview preparation, and also, like I mentioned earlier, on work assistant. So even when you get the work, when you get the role, and maybe there's something that at work you're finding difficult to use, or maybe there's a tool that it just sort of confusing. Sorry, it's sort of confusing. You can always reach out to us and oh, I need help with this. I'm having a problem with this project. How can we work go about it? We would help you with that. So it's not just going to be just a one-sided package. It's coming with everything that has to relate with job search, everything that has to relate with jobs. So when you're expected to get this, you would only get this at Amdawi. You always get this at Amdawi because we help you with all of these things, not just like I said, not just projects, but everything that has to do with your job search. So Amdawi is an innovative platform that that is designed to help aspiring tech professionals to build and gain practical experience, right? So we are going to help you. Like I said, we are going to give you hands-on projects, and we are going to hold you by your hands as well. So data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analytics, SOC analyst, threat intelligence, ethical hacking, penetration testing, governance, GRC, project management, right? All of this career paths are what we're going to be helping you with. So this project will not just enhance your skills, but also, build a robust portfolio that will showcase your expertise. Now, I mentioned earlier about project and portfolios. Now, when you look through your CV, it's not just they don't want to see, oh, I've used, or you're not just telling them that I've been able to leverage Python, I've been able to use Splunk, I've been able to use Power BI. How did you show us? Show us what you did, how we're able to use this skill to solve problems. That's what they want to see. And what we are doing here is we are going to be giving you, essentially showing you that essentially giving you all of those real world projects that you will work on. So when you go for interviews on your CV alone, it's already giving a detailed information about what you do. Now you go for interviews, right? And then you're asking all of these questions, you know how to reply them because it's something that you've actually done. So all of these things are what we are going to be providing you for you in here at Amdari. So it's not just project-based experience, but also employability skills. Everything that was it all boils down to oh, I want to land a role. So it's not just like I said, projects, not just project. We're going to be holding you by your hands, walking you through step by step how you can essentially land that role. I don't know if that makes sense, guys. Are you with me? Um, All right, beautiful. So, like I said, real life industry project, multiple industry experience, multiple technology experience, increase confidence for future roles. Because, like I said, we'll be having interview preps, and that is one thing that a lot of people tend to have issue with confidence, right? They know what they want to do, they know how to leverage all of the skills, but they have an issue with confidence. We're going to be tackling that. We're going to, like I said, I want you to hold on to these words. We're going to hold you by your hand, hold you by your hand. So everything you're going to be doing here and there, we're not going to be leaving you to it. We are going to be walking you through everything step by step. So multiple role experience, teamwork, and project collaboration. All of these things are what you'll be getting. So like I mentioned earlier, it's one-on-one CV revamp or review, LinkedIn optimization. We're going to be having mentorship sessions, guys. Mentorship session, and this would have to do with everything that has to do with employability as well. Career coaching, right? Interview preparation, job reference, and also on the job support. Like I said, on the job support, where I mentioned earlier, and if you when you start working and then you maybe something, there's something in going on and then you don't know how to, there's just something you really do not know how to go about. You can always reach out to us to help you. We're going to be helping you, guiding you on how to do it, and and then you have the solution. Right. So these are the things that we are going to be giving to you. So it's not a one just a project kind of package, but it comes with
Hi, Amina. Can you hear us? Please, if you can hear me, kindly react using the thumbs up button. All right. Seems like Amina's network is thrown off. Apologies about that. She will join us very, very soon. Kindly give her like 2 minutes, please. Thank
Um,
you.
okay, Uche, I think I'm just going to go ahead from where she stopped.
All right.
Okay.
Also,
All right. So basically, I mean, I was just trying to let you guys understand the different tools you can use for your job search. Okay. And she already started letting you guys know about how we help you at Andari. So I'm just going to continue with that to give you guys more insights as to how you can join the guys already on the program. So Ambari is a work environment where you come and gain actual real world experience, because what recruiters are looking for, they want you to have that actual experience so that when they bring you on board, you'll be able to deliver results as soon as possible. They do not want to bring up a candidate that's not able to you're not able to deliver on your task, you're not able to deliver and give them results. They want someone that once they hire you, you know exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. That's the kind of experience we are giving to you. So she already started by explaining to you the different aspects of what we offer. So I'm just going to show you guys that exactly. Okay. All right. So let me just go to the I'm trying to find. Okay. All right, so she already started by letting you guys understand the different aspects of what we offer. And I need to just reshare this slides again because I can't find it. All right, all right, okay. Guys. All right, I think I can't find where it is. All right, so while I'm still trying to sort that out, if anybody has a question up until this point, I believe we can start taking those questions while I'm trying to bring this up. So I show you guys exactly what we have for you. Okay, so if you have a question, okay, I found it. If you have a question, just kindly raise your hand. We go ahead and answer your questions. But in the midst of any other questions, I'm just going to go ahead with this, okay? All right, so what exactly do we offer to you? We offer you real world experience, right? You come and you work on actual business, you work on projects, right? And it's going to be in a very controlled environment. That means you have access to a team lead, you have access to mentors, you have access to coaches, people that would be able to support you in case you're facing any bit of a challenge while you're working on these business problems. Okay. And you're also going to be working in teams. You're not just working by yourself, you're working with other people. You're learning how to collaborate on these projects, because even when you get hired, you are going to be working with other people. Okay, so Amdari provides you with that environment where you get to learn the day to day of the job you're trying to get hired for. Because if we are being honest with ourselves, you've learned the tool, you feel like, oh, if I get hired, I'll be able to carry out my tasks. But the truth is that you need to have experience. If you're in the UK, you understand why those guys prefer you to have experience. It's because when they bring you on board, it will be easier for them to, bring you in. And also they feel like if you have UK experience already, you understand the culture, you understand how everything works, and they do not need to start teaching you all over from scratch. So we now give you that experience, right? So that when you land the job, it's going to just be everything is going to feel easy to you. You'll be working with different technologies, different tools, depending on the career path you're going for. If you're going for data analytics, you might work with tools like SQL, Power BI, Excel, and all of that. So even if you have a project that requires you to use a tool that you probably not used before, we give you resources to assist you with that. Okay. So Amina here is our employability specialist. So for the part of employability, I'm just going to leave her to talk more about that aspect. We're getting there. Okay. Like I mentioned already, you'll be working in teams. You're not just working alone, you're working with other people. You're learning how to collaborate in teams. You're learning and you're trying to understand what it means to actually work in that capacity. As a data analyst, data scientist, business, you're not going to run away from presentations. Okay, that's why at the end of every project with Amdari, you have to present, you have to communicate your reports, your findings to stakeholders. It's part of those necessary experiences that you need to have when you're getting into the job market, and that is what we prepare you for, right? And there is not a training organization. We're prepping you to be job ready, so that as you're applying to jobs, you're applying with the mindset that, oh, I'm ready for this job, I just need to get the opportunity. Okay, we also help you to get these opportunities too. All right, so at the end of the day, we are trying to help you build that confidence so that when you land a job, like I've always been reiterating, that when you land a job, you have more confidence to carry out your role. Because let's be honest, people have gone for boot camps. You know within yourself that, oh, I'm not ready. Even if I'm trying to apply to jobs, if I land the job, will I be able to do it? It's very common amongst us, especially tech professionals. Okay. So that's the kind, well, we're trying to take away that fear from you and giving you this kind of experience where you're working on at least 6 to 10 projects. Doing it over and over again is going to give you that confidence that, okay, I think I'm good at this stuff. I'm actually great at this stuff. Okay. Yes, you don't need another training. You need Amdari basically. So for the employability part, she let me just say she does it. So I'm just going to allow her to talk more about this aspect. Okay. So Amina, you might want to explain to them, let them understand how you're going to help them revamp their CVs, the LinkedIn optimization, what the process looks like. You might just want to spend a few minutes doing that before I go ahead with every other aspect of it. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, V. So exactly what V said, everything she said, very, very correct. Right. So when it comes to employability, like you said, I'm in charge of the employability side of the diary. We are going to be having a one-on-one sessions. Now, this one-on-one sessions is we, talking about review, like how basically reviewing your CVs. Now, we'll have our CV review, then we have revamp. Now, we're going to be revamping and tailoring your CV depending on the career path that you want to go into. So, be it data analytics, data science, cybersecurity, data, depending on the career path, and we'll tailor your CV to that. Now, afterwards, then we would start our LinkedIn optimization. Now, LinkedIn optimization is basically, like I told you guys earlier, it's very, very important. Let me say quite important, very important. As much as people tend to neglect that side of the career, well, it shouldn't be neglected, because I said earlier that sometimes you might even get opportunities where you did not even expect. Now, LinkedIn is a platform where you get opportunities where you didn't expect, because why? You've been able to optimize it and you are engaging. Now, when you engage on LinkedIn, you can always share your experience. That's one fun thing about LinkedIn. You share your experience, people connect with you, people will network, people see what you are doing, that, oh, this person is building themselves, and then they want to work with you because they can see the growth, right? So you can even land opportunities that you did not expect, because why? One thing you know, that people are looking, they're looking at you, like, oh wow, this is. And then when it's time, they start to reach out to you that, oh, want to collaborate. Now imagine if your CV is not, your LinkedIn is not optimized, but you just keep posting, and even if you are engaging and it's not optimized, it's the wrong way to go about it. You want to ensure that it's well optimized, because sometimes the recruiters don't even post. Some of these companies don't actually post oh, they need data analysts, they need a cyber security analyst, all of this. They don't post it, but they look out for, they go and do their own search. They search for all of these roles by themselves. Now, if your CV, if your LinkedIn rather is not optimized, just imagine we have someone that has their LinkedIn optimized, and then there's another person that don't have, that is not optimized. let's look at it from the recruiter's perspective, right? Let's look at it from your own perspective. Imagine you have a company and then you are seeing two people that have that, this person is optimized, they are engaging, they are sharing their experience, they are sharing their growth, and this other person is not just optimized, they're just posting however and however they deem fit. Obviously we'll go for that other person that actually is putting themselves out there accurately. So we are going to be having our LinkedIn optimization session, to be having our CV optimization revamp and review, and all of those sessions, right? And also we would be having, like I said, interview sessions, right? We would be walking you. It's not just going to be me in that session. You're also going to have your mentor, right? So it's not just going to be just you and I. It's going to be myself. Like I said, we are literally holding your hands in this in at Amdari, right? So we would help you, guide you on how you're going to present yourself, how you answer questions, because as much as people tend to neglect that part, it's very, very important, because like I said, it's a funnel. You don't just jump for application to job landing. You have to go through the process. Oh, they screen your CV, they reach out to you, you schedule the invite, the interview, then you go for the interview, right? This interview essentially is what is going to land you that role. Your CV is going to land, is going to get you a call back, right? So we're not just going to stop it at CV and CV optimization and that's all. No, you're going when you get a call back, we'll also help you with the interview prep. So we're going to walk you step by step on how to how to present yourself, how to showcase your skill, how to differentiate you, how to ensure that you put yourself out there to for them to see that you are different from other candidates, right? So it's not just going to be CV or LinkedIn optimization. No, 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 no. Also, we are having mentorship sessions. This is where we talk about everything that has to do with career. We'll have like a one-on-one talk. We'll have bring in every of our concerns and talk about it. Also, aside that, if there's even something that you want to still talk about, that it's just you don't want to put it out there, you want to have a talk with me, depending, well, let's say it's a career issue, you can always reach out to me and we'll jump on a one-on-one. We are here for you guys. That's one thing I want you to know. We are readily available for you anytime you need us, right? So we can always jump on that one-on-one. We'll talk about everything. We'll figure it out and come up with a solution to help you, to guide you in your career path. So everything that has to do with career coaching, anything that has to do with anything career, we are always here for you. So like I said, I would say it again, it's not just going to be, we're giving you this experience and we are also going to giving you that career experience. That way, we are going to help you step by step to learn that role. I don't know if that makes sense, guys. Are you guys with me?
Yes, that makes a whole lot of sense. Thank you so much for sharing. And like you guys have heard, we are going to guide you throughout the process. We're not leaving you at any point. So it's not another training, it's not a training program. I just want to iterate on that, even if we've been saying this over and over again. It's you coming to gain real experience in this role you're trying to transition into. Okay. So if you've been looking for how to land a job as a SOC analyst, a pen tester, a whatever the case may be, data analyst, and all of that, you come to Amdari, we help you to gain real experience. Then you can now apply to these roles with confidence. Okay, your hand is raised. Ameena, do you want to share something? Okay. Hi, Ameena, you raised your hand.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I wanted to add the fact that, yeah, that even after you're done with your program, you can always reach out to us, right? Even after you're done with, so we're not just, after Amdari, our relationship ends. It doesn't end there. Even after Amdari, you can always reach out to, after, your program, rather, you can always reach out to us. So it does not end at, 6 months program or 3 months program, and that's all. You don't have access to us. You have access to us, right? So our relationship does not end after your internship or your experience, right? That was what I wanted to add, V. Thank you.
All right, so I'm just going to briefly share with the guys exactly how the internship experience works so that we can start taking questions and we call it a day, okay? All right, so for the internship experience, you come on board, like I mentioned earlier, we have projects and an environment that is designed to give you the exact experience that recruiters are looking for. So we know exactly what they want. We know we've done our research. We understand everything that is expected of you. Now, we also understand that the process of you landing an actual internship is actually hard, right? Most times, companies will even expect that you have real world experience already, maybe a year of experience before they give you an internship, right? And trust me, you do not have that time, especially if you're trying to transition fast, right? So Amdari now gives you that space where you get to come on board as an intern with us. You work on projects, real life projects that give you the experience of a data analyst, a SOC analyst, business analyst, data scientist, what project management manager rather, and pen tester and all these other roles. Okay, so if you're a business analyst, for example, you're coming on board to work on this project, you would have to work in a cross-functional environment. You're working with other people, you're learning how to be a business analyst in real time. You're not coming here to start learning how to use Trello, or you're learning how to use Jira and all those other tools. You're coming here to work as a business analyst so that when you land a job, you are not landing that job to learn on the job. You're landing the job to just excel at your role. You're using Amdari as your work experience, that yes, I've actually worked somewhere before and these guys gave me the experience I need. We have a lot of people in the program that have already gained so much experience, so much exposure. And one major feedback we get from them is that, oh, before I got into this program, I didn't have that confidence, but now I have the confidence, right? Most of these presentations we even do with these guys, we help them to build that confidence of selling themselves, right? Because in an interview hall, you might actually know what to say, you might have it in mind, but you may not be able to articulate yourself in a way that is convincing to the other person. That is why we give you this experience. So, like I mentioned, you are working in on this project in teams, you're working with other people. At the end of each project, you come up with solutions, recommendations, and you present your findings, right? So you can see there are major key soft skills, technical skills that you're building on this program. And you are also going to add this to your project portfolio, you're going to add it to your LinkedIn. On your CV, it's going to reflect that you worked with Amdari as a business analyst, you worked with Amdari as a consultant, right? So you're not coming on board to work as an intern, you're working as a consultant with Amdari. That is the kind of experience we're giving to you. Either you want to work with us for 3 months, you're working with us for 6 months, it's going to be an intensive 3 months, it's going to be an intensive 6 months of you learning to hone your skills, okay? Now, the work reference letter you're getting access to is also going to be from Amdari. We're registered in the UK, we're registered in Canada. So you're gaining UK work experience, you're gaining Canadian work experience. And you can also use this reference letter as a proof of your work experience with us. That's a UK company. Okay. You can ask us for this reference letter up until 2 years after you're done with the internship experience with us. So you do not need to wait. You do not need to, even if you take a break, like you're taking some kind of work break or something, and you're like, oh, I think I'm ready to get back into the job market, you can still come to us to ask for this reference letter and we would give it to you gladly. Okay. You're also going to use our experience during interviews to sell yourself. Now, this is very, very important because there are certain kinds of questions that you'll be asked in an interview hall that only requires you to, like, if you don't have that experience, trust me, you won't be able to answer those questions. I mean, like, a recruiter is there asking you about, tell me a time you were able to solve an actual business problem, or walk me through your end-to-end process of, solving a business problem, or even behavioral questions, right? You may not even be able to answer some of these questions because you really don't have that experience. And even if you want to cook up a story, you will not be able, because it doesn't just come to you. You've not done it, so you can't share it. And we understand. That's why we give you the real experience so that you have something to share, you'd have something to talk about. And this project earns makeshift projects on cargo or all of that. They are business problems, right? Industry business problems that they face on a day to day. All right. Now, Amdari doesn't also tell you to leave your 9 to 5 to come join us. It is a very flexible experience. All you need to do is to dedicate at least an hour of your time to your project. Okay. You also need to attend stand-up meetings because stand-ups are very important. Stand-up meetings are those meetings where you get to meet with your teammates, your team lead. You're coming together to really understand, what phase of the project you're in, what we're doing at the moment, and all of that. I said an hour every day. Yes, 5 times a week. That's Monday to Fridays. That's on a personal level. It doesn't need to be exactly an hour. I mean, you can do more. I'm just saying for the sake of you showing up, because every project has a timeline. I'm going to show you a sample of what a project looks like so you really get to understand what I'm talking about. Every project has a timeline, and for you to really meet up with everything, you really need to take out time to put your head into your project, right? Let's say you get off work around, because most of the guys in the internship are actually 9 to 5 hours. Most of them are master's students and all of that, so they do not even have luxury of time. They have to take out time specifically for Amdari. Okay, so let's say you get off work around 6 or 5. You could just take out maybe between 9 to 10 p.m. for your project. I mean, what you're looking for at the end of the day, so you should be able to dedicate that time to your project. Okay, so I'm just going to show you guys what a sample of a project looks like, so you really get to understand what I am talking about. So you guys, you'd be using Google Classroom for your projects. You'll be using Google Classroom for that. Okay, so this is a data science project for our data scientists in the house. I'm just going to show you a sample of the project brief. So this we call this a project brief. A project brief is like a document that contains all the necessary information you need to have about a particular project, so that as you're solving this project, you know everything you need to know already. You'd have stand-up meetings where your team lead would really explain what you're supposed to do. But this document is just to guide you. So you can see this is a data science project, and the tool used for this project was Python, right? And the business focus is environmental science. I mentioned earlier that you'll be working across different industries. We have projects in the healthcare industry, we have in the marketing, sales, we have projects in logistics and supply chain. We're not limited to one particular industry. It also helps you, to be very honest, so that when you're applying, you're not limiting yourself to just one focus. Okay, so this is a sample of a business of the project brief. Okay, so you can see this is the business problem, this is the rationale, this is the data description, and the tech stack used for this project. We have these guys use different libraries in Python for this particular project. Okay, and you can see the project scope. So I said dedicate at least an hour, right? So imagine for the first 3 days of your project, you're supposed to focus on the exploratory data analysis and you weren't involved. So you've missed that, right? Now the next phase is the feature engineering, and you're not taking out time to focus on this project. You miss it too. You're just going to be missing stuff, right? So you just need to put down time on a personal level to solving these problems yourself too. All the necessary information, resources, everything concerning the project would be handed to you. So you're not making any extra payments for access to any tool. You're not making extra payment for access to anything at all. We give you all these necessary resources. Okay, so that's just a sample. You can see that these are just the other guys. We have the February interns, we have the January, and all of that. They are all here. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys a sample of what that looks like. All right, so I'm just going to take us back to the previous explanation. Okay, So far we recently had a new win. One of our consultants just landed a role, and he was so excited sharing that with us. So I'm going to show you guys the conversation also. All right, so we have a course starting on the 7th of June. If you are really interested in this, you want to get on board as soon as possible, you want to start um getting real experience, right? Trust me, I've said this, I say this time and time again. You do not need to pay for another training program. You just need to gain experience. You need something to make you feel more confident in the little knowledge you already have. So Amdari is telling you, yes, you've learned this thing before. You have maybe a 30% foundational knowledge. Come to us, work on this project, gain the real experience in this role, and gain that confidence so that when you get out there, when you're applying to jobs, you're applying from a place of, I can do this thing, right? You've done it before. You're applying from a place of, I have the confidence to do this role. I mean, if I land this role, I will be able to do it. You're not applying from a place of, please just give me the job. Anyhow it is, I will try. Okay, because trust me, they can sense desperation from a mile away. They can also sense when you've not actually gained that experience before. So if you've been trying, you've been applying to jobs, you're not getting feedback, or you've been taking different certifications, different trainings, no change, just gain experience with us, and we can assure you that we are going to give you that experience that is needed. Okay, all right, so if you want to join us, you're really interested, you want to get on board with us on the 7th of June, we have a very special offer for you. Okay, and this offer, the funny part about this is that if you're hearing about it today for the first time, I'm sorry, but it is a very timely offer. All right, so I'm just going to show you guys exactly what this entails, and would ask questions if you need to have a more um, extended conversation. I would also share the clarity link with you guys so you get to have a one-on-one session with us. Okay, all right, so this is what we have for the payment plan, and already this is discounted. Okay, it's all discounted already. You can see that instead of going for the 500 pounds, you're going for the 390. That's for 3 months work experience. If you're going for 6 months, you pay 750 instead of 900. But now what we have currently is that you can pay for 3 months, which is the 390 pounds, and get an extra 3 months free. All right, so I didn't want to adjust my slides to show that. I wanted to show you guys what the actual pricing point is, so you get to understand what we are trying to give you guys. So the only thing we are doing now is that we're trying to open a window for more people to get in and work with us for a longer period of time, which is 6 months, right? So instead of you paying the 750 pounds for 6 months, you're paying 390 pounds for 6 months. It makes a whole I mean, you might feel, oh, it's a good steal. Yes, it actually is a good steal, and you might want to hop on it as soon as possible, because once this is off, you get to pay the actual amount, and you are not going to have access to this particular amount anymore. Okay, so if you're going for the 6 months, and maybe you want to go for it, you just pay 390 pounds, you get access to an extra 3 months with the already available 3 months work experience internship. But if you're not interested in the 6 months, fine, can as well just go for the 390 pounds and pay directly for the 3 months. So we focus on data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, project management, SOC analysis, ethical hacking, and GRC. Before I show you guys how to make payments, I'll be taking questions. So if you have any questions up until this point, I'm going to take your questions before showing you any other thing, because Amdari doesn't just stop there. We give you access to even we give you access to a job board, we give you access to a portfolio website. Now, before I even show you the essence of a portfolio website, I'm going to show you guys what Ameena was talking about, recruiters reaching out to you directly. Yes, we have people that recruiters actually reach out to. Okay, so I'm just going to show you guys what I'm talking about, and you see that these things actually work if you know what you're doing. Okay, so it's not just about you do, I mean, when you're doing something blindly, right, you do it and you're not seeing any results, right? Why don't you work with people that have actually gain these results for others. They've helped people land jobs. They've helped people to gain confidence and all of that. So you can see that this is just an example of recruiter reaching out to a like to somebody, right? You can see here that they didn't need to put out any apply for any job or anything. I'm going to show you guys more, so you can see here opportunities coming to you just because you were able to optimize your LinkedIn. It happens. It's not a fairy tale. It's not a random, these things happen. I just want to show you guys that yes, it actually happens, right? You can see even emails most times, if you optimize it well enough, recruiters will really come to they would copy your email from your page and really send you an email and stuff like that. It happens, right? So I just wanted to show you guys that these things actually happen. Now, at this point, I think I've been saying a lot. I want to hear from anybody that has any questions for us. Okay. So Adewale asked me something in the chat, an hour every day. I think I was able to answer that question while I was presenting. So I don't know if you want to still pick up on that question, or you have any more clarifications to make, you want to share something, you're confused, whatever the case is. Now is the floor is open to everybody. Just raise your hand and I would, point you out, you ask your question. I'm still looking who has a question. We have Damilola on the call, we have Oluwafemi, we have Chinedu, David, Patrick. Can go ahead and ask your question if you have any. Okay. All right. So Black Zeus, you can go ahead, ask your question. You can unmute yourself. Can you unmute yourself? Can they unmute themselves? Just give me a thumbs up if you can. Can you unmute yourself? Ernest, try unmuting. Hi guys, can you guys unmute? All right, I'm not sure. Okay, let me see. Okay, you can't. Try it now. Try to unmute now. Try it now. I think I've given you guys permission. Try it. You can. You can unmute. Hello. Can anyone try to because I've just given that access now. Can anyone else try? Just unmute your mic and say something.
Hello.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Hello, I can.
Thank you. Thank you. So Ernest, you can go ahead and ask your question.
Okay. My question is just about the LinkedIn optimization which you talked about. Like for me, I have a LinkedIn account, but for like I which I opened about 2 years ago, but I've actually it's just there, dormant, not done anything about it. For instance, now if I start this your program, which already I'm starting, I know I'm starting, and I began to update my LinkedIn activity. Would I really stand a chance probably after 2, 3 months or 4 months, like, and have a company kind of look into it and say, okay, this guy is just, I don't know if it's gonna be possible or if I have a chance in such a situation. Maybe having a
Okay.
busy LinkedIn activity for just 2, 3 months, 3 months stuff.
All right. So when it comes to optimizing, I don't know if I should answer this question. I should allow the person that's going to do it to answer the question. I
Okay.
don't know if she's still here on the call. All right. Please go ahead. That's your scope, sir. Answer
Okay.
him since yeah.
Uh,
Thank you.
okay, Ernest, I didn't get that question quite well. Can you please come again?
I'm talking about LinkedIn optimization. Like my LinkedIn account has been so is dormant. Never really updated anything for the past 2 years or so.
Okay.
So now, if I start the process, the program, and start posting things on my LinkedIn account. I don't know if it's gonna be I stand the chance to get myself something, maybe something that just busy for just 2, 3, 4 months kind of thing. That's just what I'm asking. If that will be an opportunity for me to get a job or to get interviews and all that.
All right, thank you so much for that question. And that
Yeah.
was a beautiful question. Now, see, sorry, LinkedIn is. I mentioned earlier in the session that people tend to neglect LinkedIn. So just the exact thing you said now, when you said that, oh, you have a LinkedIn account, but you've not been using it. So that's the exact way that most people do not. Like some people do not use LinkedIn, but LinkedIn is a very great platform. I can assure you that. Like people would want to collaborate with you, people would want to, and you would also see jobs that you can apply for. Now, if just take for example now that you're not actively using your LinkedIn, and then you go on LinkedIn and say, oh, I want to apply for a job on LinkedIn, and then you apply, and then they want to even consider you, they sell your CV, and oh, it looks good, let's consider this person, and you go back to your LinkedIn, there's nothing there, it's dormant, no optimization, no engagement, no connection, nothing. They will not want to reach out to you. But if your LinkedIn is optimized, your CV is optimized, you are actively engaging, you're actively posting, that will boost the possibility of getting a call back. You will get callbacks, you will get not just callbacks. Now, in this situation, oh, I apply, I'm getting callbacks. You would even get um you will get opportunities where you did not expect. Why? Because some people don't even like I mentioned earlier that some companies don't even put it out there that they are looking for a certain role. You just go ahead, start looking for people right via LinkedIn. So if your LinkedIn rather is not optimized, you're not going to pop up on their screen. You would not pop up at all. So how nice would it be if you just seated and then you're applying for jobs and then somebody just suddenly come and say, oh, can you please send in your CV? Want to collaborate with you? Want to work with you? Can we have an interview? Do you know how it's very nice, right? It's a very nice feeling. So yes, if we start optimizing your LinkedIn and working on your LinkedIn, yeah, you have a high chance of getting a call back. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So, Ernest, have you registered already? You said you were already in the. I think I didn't know. I don't know if I got that right. Did you say you're already on board? Hi, Ernest.
Okay. I said I will be doing that tomorrow. I had conversation with one of I don't know who contacted me on I think it was
Okay.
on Tuesday. Yes. So
All
I'm
right.
doing that this week, probably tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. So, do you have any other questions before I go to the next person?
No, that's all. That's all.
Okay. Thank you so much. All right. So, Black Zeus, you can go ahead and ask your question.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Thanks for this session. It was inspiring. Just to talk about the pricing, it is a 3 months. In that 3 months, was uh, the the training the 3 months, is it like a Saturday thing every once in a week, twice in a week, you know, 3 times in a week? And again, when you were talking about the pricing, there's something you said about the 3 months, that if you pay for the 3 months, you could have an extended 3 months. I didn't quite understand that very well. Could you just speak on that again?
All
Thank
right.
you.
So your first question is how it works. Okay. So here's the thing. Everything is everything is virtual. Let me start from there, right? You don't need to come to any physical location. And also because it's not a training program, you wouldn't have something like maybe modules or training sessions. You have to be on video call every time and all of that. No, because it's not a training. It's just like if you can picture you working in a normal remote setting, that's the idea. Okay. So when you come on board, like you have your onboarding session, I want to share. There's a particular document I want to share with you guys, the workflow. So when you have that session, that's where you get to know your team lead. You get to know every other person that's supposed to, your teammates and the important people on your team, right? Now we give you a project, you're assigned a project, you're assigned your teammates, you would explain to you the timeline for that particular project, and you only need there are only made the two major things you really need to put into consideration are your stand-up meetings. Now stand-up meetings can be 3 times in a week. It's just like you meeting with your team, you're meeting with your team and your teammates. You're coming to discuss very important things like maybe where you guys are currently with the project. You're getting to understand just if there's any question, any challenges you're facing, you get to share it with your team lead, right?
Mom,
So
who is
those
this?
sorry, okay, those stand-up meetings could be 3 times in a week, it could be twice, depending on whatever time you guys come together to pick. So we're not the ones imposing a time on you. It's going to be at a convenient time that you and your teammates have come together to pick. That's for stand-ups. Now when we give you a project and we give you a teammate and all of that, you have a personal dedication to your project, right? You know what you're supposed to do. You're given these tools, you're given your role, everything is assigned to you personally, right? And now you need to dedicate that your time at least an hour. I said at least an hour. Someone was asking me at least an hour every day. Yes, just dedicate it to your project. Okay. So that's the commitment you need to make. Now, as you go on with the program, we are going to have more sessions, right? These other sessions could just be your employability sessions, your one-on-one sessions with Amina that just presented, and other important people. You might have sessions like the sessions with career coaches, right? So we go as far as bringing you closer to career big guys in the industry, right? If you were to reach out to them yourself, you may not even be able to have access to them. So Andari reaches out to them on behalf of you guys. So we bring them closer to you. You'll be able to contact them if you have challenges. You have I mean, they are closer to you because of us. Okay. So those are like the important things you need to take note of. But in terms of showing up for session meetings and all of that, it's not a training that we you need to always be attending. Like it's not a course. I hope I've been able to clarify that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Black Zeus, I don't know if you're still here with
Yeah,
us.
I'm still here. I do perfectly understand. And maybe
Okay.
you can now speak on the other question I asked. But again, when it comes to these sessions, let's say if someone is coming into picking one of those programs and is a total beginner, is it that you're going to have the session you're going to have, is it going to be like a training session for that person, or is going to be like a work session for that person? Because it's a two different thing. There's a difference between when you're already a business analyst or a data analyst, but you don't have a UK experience or a Canadian experience, and you're trying to just get the experience. You get me? And when you're trying to transition into that feed, so I really want to know for people who probably don't have the experience, and this is like their um first training or sort of whatever. Are there going to be a session where the people will need to be tutored accordingly to
All
gain
right.
the
So
experience?
yeah, I understand what you're saying. Let's let's forget about let's not say people, right? We want you, I want you on board, right? So now tell me, have you done like what career path are you interested in?
So I'm interested in business analysis.
Analysis. Okay, great. Have you done any kind of training in business analysis before?
Yes, I've done training in business analysis.
Great. Your should I just say you're a good um example of someone that can come to Andari. Okay. So when I say we're not a training organization, I mean if you've not done it, you don't have any form of like from scratch, you've not done anything at all, right? So if you've gotten like a training or you've gone through a boot camp before, or even if you were doing self-learning, like maybe you were using YouTube and other platforms to learn on your own, Ambari can help you. Okay. So your team leads are solely responsible for you. So even in as much as you're coming to gain experience, you will not know everything, right? We understand that you may not know everything. So sometimes with some of these projects, we still have to give you some kind of briefing of maybe a particular tool or a particular process. It's not still a training, but we also understand that people learn differently, people have different levels of understanding and all of that. So, yes, we do that for you. Okay. But if you're coming on board expecting us to give you a full blown training, sorry to bust your bubbles, but you, I don't know, you might just as well go for another training. So, I'm just trying to tell you that you're coming here, we give you a project. If you probably don't know how to use some of those tools, we give you resources, we still explain, we give you some kind of briefing, right? And now you use the tool sets, like the tool sets that we are assigned to you. You're using those technologies to solve the business problem. Maybe a particular problem requires you to use something like Trello, um, Trello and PowerPoint, for example, right? You probably or you know how to use Jira, but you don't know how to use Trello. We'll expose you on how to use Trello. Like briefly, we'll give you those resources. Oh yeah, go and learn. You already know how to use Jira, so it will be easier for you to adapt and learn how to use Trello fast compared to someone that doesn't even know how to use either of the tools. Okay, that's why we say have that foundational knowledge so we can build on from there. So it's still a program for you to learn, but we're not teaching you from scratch on how to do any of these things. I hope I've been able to explain that to you.
Yeah.
All right, all right. So you have nothing to be afraid of. Since you've gotten training in business analysis before, you can actually come on board with Andari. Okay. Now, for the second part of your question, with the whole 3 months get 3 months free. Now, if you want to go for the 3 months internship experience or the 6 months in summary, if you're going for either 3 months or 6 months, the price for either of them is £390. And if you can't even make, if you maybe you can't make a one-off payment, you can go as well as splitting your payment across 3 installments. So let's say you can't pay 390 at a go for 3 months or 6 months, right? You can spread it across £130 now, £130 next month, and your final £130 the following month. That is one thing we've also put in place so that with your first £130, you can secure it and start with the June guys as soon as they're starting. So you don't have to start waiting until you have everything together, your £390 payments all together before you make payments. So I hope I've been able to clarify that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're expecting you on board, right?
I'll say plan towards that.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Please fill the attendance form so that we'll still be able to keep in touch with you concerning it. Okay. Because these slots they run out fast and you wouldn't want to miss it, trust me, because once it's off, we go back to the normal pricing point for either 3 months or the 6 months work experience. So do we have any other questions for me? Or if you have question and maybe you can't talk about it here, you're going to extend our time. My colleague is going to the clarity session link in the chat so that you will be able to book a clarity session with us. You get to have a one-on-one session with someone that's able to answer all of your questions. So Let me just share that. So if you have any other questions, please go ahead. Olamide, your hand is raised. You can go ahead and ask your question. Okay.
All right. Good evening. Thank you so much for the session.
Oh,
So,
sure.
you said something about someone who doesn't know how to use any of the tools, because I'm actually interested in business analysis too. And
Okay.
currently, the training I am on is the BCS International Diploma in Business Analysis. And
Okay.
I got to know that we're not using any tools. So basically, it's more like just the theory aspect and going for exams. So do you
Wow.
think I should be on this internship program or still try
Okay.
to go for a boot camp that has to do with using the tools?
Okay. So the what you're doing currently, what are they teaching you guys? If like what just give me an understanding of what you're learning, even the theory parts, like what are you learning?
So basically it has to do with different courses under international diploma in business analysis. So more like organizational behavior, things like
Okay.
that. And so it's been theory. So you just have to read, and seek for
Okay.
exam. So it's more
Oh,
like a certification. But
oh,
I
okay.
didn't know this before I started the training because the training supervisor, when I was speaking to him, I told him I was trying to transition into business analysis. I was coming from a different field entirely. So, and he assured me that it was the best program for me. I had paid already before I realized we're not going to use any tools.
Wow. All
So
right.
this is
So
more like just doing the theory aspect of it.
yeah, I understand. Now, where you are currently is we also have people in the same situation reach out to us. Yes, and that is also for you. Now, it's also going to be easier for you compared to someone that has probably not even done that certification at all, because at least you have that understanding. If I come to you with some terminologies in business analysis, you would even understand what I'm saying. It's not going to sound like gibberish to you.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
And from the way I'm hearing you sound and all of that, are you somebody that is open to learning? You'd be fast to pick up on exactly. So the whole idea, we're also looking at making you very adaptable, learning on the job and all of that. So it's also going to take more effort on your ends to
Okay.
dedicate, time to the program, learn what you're supposed to learn, submit your project on time, and all of that. Yes, you can also come on board with the program. So since you're doing a certification, it's still some kind of foundational knowledge, even if it's theory. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, that works. Okay. So when are we expect? Do you want to join the June cohort or the July cohort?
Yeah, I
Oh,
will. The June cohort, I'll join.
okay. So when would you be securing your slot, Olamide?
I think I should pay tomorrow because someone called me and I said I was waiting for my salary. So once it's paid, I'll make payment.
Okay, that works. That works. Okay. All right, Olamide, I'm excited to have you on board. I'll be expecting you, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, do we have any other questions? I dropped the clarity session link in the chat. I think someone is trying to speak.
Yes, I was just going to say that because
Okay.
yours is not it's not a training like you said, so that means
Yeah.
it's not a certification stuff. So
Okay.
I'm just thinking
Okay.
it's more like the internship which
Yeah.
can give like the work experience, right? So I'm saying
Yes.
that like preparing your CVs. Um, I mean, what would you say about maybe not having certifications but having the work experience? And
Okay.
or would you advise that you have some form of certification than the work experience? And again, because you said for now you have the 3 months and the 6 months. So the 6 months, does it mean that you'll be having like 6 months work experience, or I mean like the 3 months experience?
Okay. All right, so I'm just going to start with your first question. So I might be biased with my answer, but I'll just be honest, right? The way I see certifications, I see it as it should just be an extra, should I say, validation of yes, I can do the job. People that chase after certifications instead of starting with gaining experience, it can be disappointing, to be very honest. Let me just give you guys a very realistic explanation. So let's say you're a project manager, for example, and you've not done anything in real life as a project manager. You only went to um learn, read or do some kind of boot camp so that you'll be able to pass an exam. You've passed the exam, you have the paper that, oh, you have your PMP, you have your certification, but you don't have that experience. Like if you go to you go to an interview with that paper, you would not be able to back up the fact that yes, I'm a project manager. You only have it on paper that you have a certification. Okay. The kind of questions you'll be asked in an interview is, if you've done this experience, if you have you done this thing? Tell me how, let me know how you handle stand-up meetings. Let me know how you run, like, just tell me what you've done. That's what the interviewer wants to know. They don't want to, you're supposed to tell them about your certification as an extra. Oh, in addition to my experience, I have a certification in PMP, CAMPS, CASMP, all of that. It should be an extra validation that yes, I have my experience. I also have certification to back up the fact that I am great at what I do. That's how I see certifications. Okay, so it should just be like an extra layer. It shouldn't be the first thing you're looking for, right? So that's what I would say. It's a nice to have. There are people that have landed jobs without certifications, right? We also have people that have used they've used certification in addition to their experience to land jobs. There are some jobs that would require you to have at least a certification or two, but people have still landed these jobs without certification because they have a very strong experience. They have valid experience to show that they are great at what they do. So, if you're chasing anything, see certification as an extra. Don't see it as the main goal. Don't see it as the end goal. See it as, oh, I'm just getting this thing just because it's going to look nice. It's going to look nice in my headline on LinkedIn if I have PMP, CAS. I mean, it all looks great. It's nice to look at, right? It's just telling people that okay, you're a professional. But if I talk to you, would I be able to hear from your experience that you're a professional? That's the main question. Don't disappoint me. I hope I've been able to answer your question. Is it AGA? I don't know if I got that right. Can you hear me?
Oh yes, I heard you.
Yeah, did you get what I said?
Yes, I did.
Yes. So that's how I see it actually. It's one thing for you to have a paper that tells you that you're a professional, but when you are talking to someone else about your experience, there's nothing professional about the experience you have. It's disappointing, right? So just yeah, that's what I would say about that. So do you have any other question? Does any other person have a question? Black Zeus, your hand is still raised. I don't know if that's
Um,
still an question
yeah,
or
sorry, there was a second part of the question. I was asking about the 6 months. Does it mean it's going to be 6 months experience?
oh yeah, I forgot that. Sorry about that. Yes, it's going to be a 6 month experience actually. It's just like you are paying less than what you should pay on a normal level, right? That's just the only difference. It's going to be a 6 month work experience. You get to work on at least 10 projects for the 6 months, but for the 3 months, you work on like 4 5 projects. That's the only difference. The same pricing point because of this month we're running, but we have the 3 months and we have the 6 months work experience. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So are you going for the 3 months or are you going for the 6 months?
Um, I'll sleep over it and I'll,
All right.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, that works. To keep in touch with you too. So does any other person have a question? I dropped the clarity session link in the chat. So if you want to have a more extended conversation, because we've actually gone beyond the time for this meeting, okay? So if you have you want to talk extended, you also have a longer conversation with us, you want to gain more clarity on what we do, how we can help you, and all of that, just go ahead. Check the chat, you see the clarity session link I dropped. Just book a clarity session and we'll be able to attend to you via that. The absence of, let me just ask one more time. Does anybody have another question before I wrap it up? All right. So in the absence of any other questions, at this point, I'm just going to wish you guys a very lovely evening. Thank you for taking out time to join us. It's been a very interesting conversation listening to Amina and every other person that's been able to, add to the conversation. So thank you so much. And I'm going to wish you guys a very lovely evening. Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye. You tell us bye, guys. Let me see. Bye. Yeah, no, 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 no. Yeah, no, 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 no. Yeah, yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. So, what do I want to do? Emma, wait. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, put that in first. Stop now.